Good morning. As my head is cut off, let me see if I can do that without my head being cut off. Nope, still not yet. Okay, much better. Much better. Sometimes it does take time to adjust the setup in order for me to teach properly. And yes, for those of you who have been made aware from this morning's CNN and CP24, thank you for helping me to make that report this morning so that I can safely do this now at 9:31 a.m. this morning. Of which, yes, I am an hour late due to the fact of having to make that physical report this morning beginning at 6:10 a.m. Anyways, let's begin with the reading. At this point, Christopher Hatfield has been arrested as his brother Robert Hatfield. I did walk to 270 Alton Towers and Robert Hatfield was not there as he was arrested at 7:32 a.m. this morning by Scott Gregory. So thank you, Scott Gregory, for appropriating the circumstances within the matter. Let's begin with reading. And by the way, yes, for those asking, Natasha Bedford has been arrested at 9:21 a.m. for appropriating herself as a 16-year-old on several bases, starting in that off when my daughter was the age of 12 years old. She has been arrested and she has also been charged with theft in the form of clothing property. Let's begin with reading today. The book is written forward by Dr. Greg Rose. Dr. Greg Rose is Dr. Gregory Scott, the one in whom made the arrest with Robert this morning, as in Robert Hatfield. That is Dr. Greg Rose McGregor. He made the arrest this morning, so thank you, Dr. Greg Rose. And James Sykman with David Denuzio. The book is called Your Short Game Solution, Mastering the Finesse Game from 120 yards in, and that's exactly what I'm doing, following the inscription of the book in order to take out 61 Ingram Road, 63 Ingram Road, and 65 Ingram Road, including that of 69 Ingram Road. I'm at 67 Ingram Road. I am following the mastering the finesse of my golfing with taking down all 4 addresses. Let's get into the book. And I am reading the book as the way the scripture is inscribed and attached to the book, beginning with the foreword. And I am currently at this portion of the foreword. Ben and I looked at each other with surprise and in unison said, "You have a short game, coach?" And that was the first time I heard the name James Sykman. It was a day I would never forget because James has become a close friend and a secret weapon for my players and me. Now, if you're reading the book Wonder Woman by Jill Lepore, the stories might sound very similar, right? Think about it. Think as to why the story to that portion sounds very erotically similar to that of a golfing statement. That's probably because maybe Jill Lepore plays golfing or she plays golf. It's boring to me. It's a boring sport to me, but I do love the players of the game. I'm just saying. But Jill Lepore, she has an understanding of the game golfing. I'm just saying. So I'm just kind of using the solution to this book in order to take y'all down for continuing to attack me, including the one that happened this morning for absolutely no reason. Let's get into the biblical reading of the scripture. The biblical reading of this scripture, is Genesis chapter 2. Genesis chapter 2 verse 2, as I have already read Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. By the way, for those of you that have purchased the Cardi B album, Am I the Drama? Thank you. That's week 1, lesson 1 of everything that I taught in the first week of school in 2025. Cardi B, Am I the Drama? So let's get into Genesis chapter 2 verse 2. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. On the seventh day, he rested from all his work. So here's the question that I have to ask in appropriation with that format. Did God rest only once, 7 days into the entire existence of the entire planet? Or has God rested since those 7 days have come to pass in his creation of the entire planet? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How often does God rest? How often does God rest? Or has he only rested once? That's exactly where I'm at in trying to figure that out. Does God rest, and has he only rested one time, having to deal with so many people on the planet? By the way, one of you has so clearly figured out that to be only paid $931 per month, that's only one day of full day of teaching. You have so registeredly figured that out, and you brought that to my attention because I didn't even clearly see that as a factor. I was just looking at me being paid my $14.99 by YouTube every day for at least one video post per day. But you've seen it, so, well, where the rest of my money, $931 for only one day. And there's 30 days within the month. And out of those 30 days, I teach 25. I think I deserve more. Don't you? With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.